Gordo's Games. It's Gordo here, bringing you some more Digimon TCG content, and today we're bringing you a deck profile. And today it's feeling a bit green in here. You know, we're doing something slightly off colour for us. We don't do a lot of green. It's not that we don't like the colour, I just don't particularly play it a lot. But I'm trying, alright? For you, I'm trying. I'm bringing myself out of my comfort zone. I'm trying something new. And I'll be honest, I think I've mentioned this idea to people, and people just seem to think, yeah, okay, it makes sense, but what's the point? So I'm going to share my very pointless deck, and that's why I shall call it my very pointless deck. It's Turbo Green. Let's get into it. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications if you do enjoy the content. If you do have any comments about this deck particularly, or any suggestions, I'm open to it, because this is what I'm just trying and working with. So let's go. Alright, so here we are, the old faithful mat, and let's get into it. 5 Digi-Eggs, Digi-Eggs, or Digi-Eggs, 4 minimum. One of the better green ones overall. You can go with the Tanomon on that because you are evolving up quite often, but I think Minimon does a good job because you're often attacking into bodies, whereas as and where you can, you will do so with this. It is Turbo Green, which sounds silly because like Turbo Green, isn't that what green is in general? Isn't there a real turbo to it? But the fact is, okay, so I'm going to start with my logic before I get into anything else here. I'm going to finish off the eggs here with just one Argonaut. So that's my 5 Digi-Eggs, alright? This allows us just to get that added bit of embryo on the odd occasion. So the logic to this deck is Blue Omni, Red Omni, set 1, 1.5. They were very dominant forces for simple reasons, where they use cheap evos to scale up higher and be a bigger threat and go into their kill things, such as Omnis. Green has access to that now with being Chaosmon. You can know either one you like. I've opted for the rare Chaosmon in this because I feel like it works with the decks placed out a lot more. But I think you could go with both, to be honest, or you could go 2 and 2 like an old style Omni. But I'm trying to with this the 4 of 1. But the better thing about green is that your 1 cost evolves to green all have effects. They have inheritables, which allow you to be even more threatening. Like if you do it in blue, if you do it in red, they have nothing else to offer once they've gone into it. So Fugamon, Dark Tyrannomon and red have no inheritables. Gorillamon, Tobimon from blue I think it is, no inheritables. And then you go into the 5, it's the exact same principle. There's no inheritables there to give you any more effects, which is why Red Omni's changed a little bit now, whereas the fact of it's not as prominent because they need better things to be used. And that's the in my eye. Okay, I'm okay, I'll live. But from green, you have inheritable buffs with Cobiteriumon. You have memory gain from Stingmon, inheritable buff from Gargamon. You know, there is options there, and you've also got things that aren't just inheritable buffs, but allow it to be even cheaper for you to cycle up, so you can actually do it even quicker. The level 4 Argonaut, you can obviously suspend yourself to put yourself with that, then go into your next one, or you can pay for that and then go into Blossomon at level 5. So not only are there ways to have good inheritable effects, there's ways to actually cycle up even quicker. And if you have the right hands, the scale on it is pretty insane from my thought process. Like I said, I'm open to suggestions, I'm open to criticisms. I just wanted to give this a try. Don't shoot the messenger. But let's go. I think we run 14 rookies. 1, 2, 3, 14. So we're going to go straight into it. We run 3 vanillas, so we are running a turbo package, so we run 3 vanillas. We could run some more of the goody inheritable stuff, but it's not always needed, especially not at this level, because they're not always required, and you want to have something cheap to throw down regardless. We run 3 Argonaut, same principle, 2 cost, cheap to throw down, 3k body, does what it needs to do. No real question to it, no real other statements besides, yeah, it's just good. We run 4 Argomon, generic 1000 DP buff. Always good, because if you're not attacking into a body, let's say for example they have a Chaosmon down, you have a Chaosmon that's going to swing into them, you're 15 flat at the very minimal with this if you don't have any of the good stuff. Like if you end up having an Argonaut level 4 with no inheritable, level 5 no inheritable, things like that, this just keeps you safe. There is those odd chances where you can end up with an Argonaut as well, which doesn't even give you a buff. So these things are relevant. To keep with that, because we're playing Chaosmon, Palmon. Really good card from the starter deck. 2000 debuff if you're attacking into a Digimon. Because we are going to play some form of control with this deck, this allows us to be the bigger body. And it's more guaranteed. I know obviously if they have a massive suspended board, Carpetarian can give you like 4 or 5k. But this is a guaranteed 2k, whereas like if they only have one body out on board, Carpetarian is going to max out at 1. So it does come in handy. That is the level 3s. Level 4s, we run, I believe it's 12, a generic 12. We run 4 Carpetarian. Inheritable, this Digimon gets 1000 DP for every suspended Digimon on your opponent's turn. I'll say every suspended Digimon your opponent has on your turn, not your opponent's turn. Makes no sense. That's a black thing. And it's a 1-cost Evo. There we go. Already 1-cost Evo, and it has an inheritable. I'm seeing more value already. This is my opinion. There we go. If we go with 2 Stingmon. Now, we are really, because the Chaosmons are 14k bodies it is, and we know how strong level 7s are in general, and they're not always going to have a Chaosmon out or an Omni out. You generally, your aim is to get up to that point before them and stop them from even getting there. So if you go into something like this, you gain a memory back for it, so Chaosmon becomes a 5-cost. So this more something to do with cheap cost. So 1-cost evolve again. 2 Argonon. It's free to digivolve if you suspend it. And the beauty of this as well, if you do scale up to that chaos as well, you don't need to be active. You just need to get the swing from it, and it unsuspends the swing anyway. So if you're having to use any digisorptions to get there, not the worst thing in the world. This is what makes it great. And the last percent at least, 4 Carpetarian, 1-cost blocker. So you can see here, these are free, these are all 1-costs. That level 4 lineup, you're skipping past that near enough instantly, as long as you have the right hand. And that's what this game relies on, it's obviously about the right hand. We run 4 level 5s. So we run 4 Akuamon. Doesn't normally see a lot of play. You can flex on this spot an awful lot. It really depends on what you want from the deck, to be honest. You could run a Rapid Mon. You could run a Cherrymon to say no to the Yellow Wall Greys because it's 7k, so it doesn't die straight away to blocking a Yellow Wall Grey. So you can go things like that. You've got the Argonon as well. There's all sorts of varieties of things, but there's a lot of 2-cost ones. I mean, I did consider the Metal Tyrannimal. If it deletes a Digimon, you can unsuspend, which is obviously great. So if you do run the Chaos, it'll unsuspend it, so your Chaosmon can be active then. So which means then they don't get the chance to swing into it. But I thought it was more of a niche thing to be overall, to be honest. And then we run 4 Blossom. Blossom is a free Digivolve, and that makes it very relevant. Very relevant. This could easily just be another 2-cost Evo, but the fact is it's free, it's cheaper than 2, so it makes sense. But as I said, all of this deck, the great thing about it is very flexible on your playstyle. So if you want a heavy memory game deck, go for it. If you want a heavy DP buff, so as you know you're going to be safe in your swings, go for it. You have got things like the Akuamon. You can play at level 3, which is a 1-cost Evo, but it gives you security tap +1 if you're a level 6 or higher, I believe. So that's always good. Bring back an old-fashioned one, 4 Titanmon. Titanmon, 2-cost evolve. It's all standard vanilla, 12k. Decent body, did what it needs to do. It used back in set 1 for the Titanmon control, and it put a lot of work in there. I still think you do here because vanillas still have a place because of the fact they're cheap. And then we run 3 Sarasmon. Sarasmon's 2-cost evolve. My entire lineup here is 2-cost evolve because of the fact of I can suspend this stack itself if I really need to. So if they put me on 2 and I have the right things in hand, suspend this, go down to 0, and then I go into this. Their threat that would have caused me a problem I've just taken care of. I've now got a 14k body on board. So that's the logic to this, and it adds a little bit of control. So if I don't want to rush into that and I don't need to, I can go into it, suspend this, and then I can obviously play something out on my side just to suspend one of their things, use it as fodder to cycle me up a little bit more. So there's a lot of different things you can do with Ceres. I still think has some good playability. So we run 7 level 6s there, and then we run 4 Chaos. As I said, this you can flex with. You can go with Volders, you can go 2-2 split Volder in this, you can go all Volder, it's completely up to you. But I feel like this plays into it better on the fact of if you do go the memory game way, like the Akuma one and Sting one, you're going to get into 2 memory backs, so this becomes a 4 cost level 7. That's pretty stupid. Yeah. I mean, if I could find a way, I mean, I could run the Ken Tamer as well, which I did consider, but the Mimi is just too good. But yes, run 4 of the Chaos Mod. Options: 2 Needle Spray. Needle Spray, I like this over Flower Cannon because you get the choice. Okay, you may not suspend their entire board like Flower Cannon does, so Flower Cannon has a place, and it never not see play. But this adds to my hand after it's done its damage, so, and it stops a blocker. Because sometimes Flower Cannons, they'd still be able to swing them, they'd play a blocker out just purposely to be able to swing with it for game, whereas this can still hit that, and then get added to my hand, and then when I can bring some out, swing into their body, do other shenanigans. So, I like the Needle Spray. 1 HPD, Hidden Potential Discovered. It's a really good card. This could potentially be 1 cost. If it does all its bits, can potentially be plussing me. So that's insane. And last but certainly is 2 Mimi. Mimi is generally great, cycles out cards very quickly, allows you to be very aggressive and push the game a lot quicker. Hence, the aspect of Turbo Green here. You're playing very cheap costs, you're playing good at Evos, you're playing solid inheritables, and you're doing a lot of things with it. So that is the deck. Feel free to leave me some comments on it, because I am intrigued to see what you think about it. I haven't seen this, I don't know if anybody has done it yet, so who knows? People probably think it's pointless, say no, I'd rather just stick with the Grand Kawaga that does the same thing but with a better Digimon and goes into Chaos. Maybe so. But still, this is an element of control and pressure because of how quick you cycle up. So if you do like it, let me know. Otherwise, for myself here at Gordo's Games, thanks for stopping by, and let's get digital, let's get going.